Hawa, birthday Hawashai, birthday Hawa, birthday Hawashai, call Haloi, Wahawa, Alahaino, Yahaba Shem Rashai, Shneko Kodash. Giving double honors to our apostles, our elder apostles, elder bishops, and of course the other brothers and the rest of the Akim and who do this work in sincerity and truth. And shalom to the elect, the 144,000 prophets and draw men, and of course, the rest of the remnant of the one third, which are no prophets but believers of the words of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, men, but them the children who are believers in Yahweh Shem Yahshai. And shalom to the, of course, Israelite foreigners as well, like to the speckled bird. Shemal Makman is a Makba, Mayaga will cut Makanah from the Great Millstone Camp, simply plain tables by a yard in the city of Philadelphia. And Madi Mahit coming with a lesson, or are we lesson? All right, this lesson is on the topic, just Aka, the second in command is Great Millstone Plain Tables Camp, Yakalba. He had did a lesson which spoke about the woman on the topic of, I believe it was 45% of women ages 25 to 44 will be single by 2030. All right, which 2030, and we're currently in 2022. 2023 is only about what, less than about a month or so. It's about to be December, and yeah, that'd be it. So we'll be in the next year, Yahweh Ratazah, if we see life again, and Lord wakes us up, because even we know that Renee promised them. Renee promised them, you know, the tomorrow, and that's even a heavy precept, which I actually should get, because we're no even promised the next day that we get um um let me see if I can get that. 1 second. Tomorrow, no promise. Bible. Let me see it. Yeah, so that's Proverbs 27. It's going to be uh yeah. So let me see if I can get that in my physical scriptures. Book of Proverbs. It's lucky I couldn't get this like to keep it. I mean, maybe it can work like this. I'm not sure, but and maybe backwards. I'm no sure at all. And I have to probably check on a YouTube one or something like that. But this is how I normally would have it. But it's saying something else, but rotating the stream or something like that. Y'all have to let me know if anybody's even on this thing. Shalom, yeah, sure, kind of, yeah, shalom, Maya. Yeah, so let me get this precept in Psalms. I gotta make this it's sideways. Yeah, slog. I don't know. Yeah, so we'll just have it. We'll try to just have it like this or something like that. Try to have it like this, because this is the only way I can pretty much angle it. Where man, let's about just disconnect. Let's completely disconnect this. I'm trying to do this. Disconnect this, and then I'm gonna put this here. Try to make this damn software. This text shape. All right, so let me see if I can get this. All right, so book of Proverbs, the 27th chapter, and it says it's supposed to be in the first verse. And it says here that boast not to thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth, right? And that's why you shouldn't before at times say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna live till this time or something like that. That's all. Of course, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai controls the issues belongeth to death, roughly paraphrasing and such. So why boast of thyself of tomorrow? Why boast you of tomorrow? If there's no promise to you. All right. Yeah, you don't know if, of course, the Lord gonna give you that next day, and to Iwar awake or be raised up, la ra'a chaya, to see life. All right, that's said in Hebrew, and that's why we have to be very very thankful for the life that we did get to see, despite even the fact that we have so much the bread of affliction and you know, the various adversity and such in which we must undergo as Israelites, being in slavery and captivity under Esau, Edom, and being in Babylon and the great America and wherever he being scattered to. We got to be still thankful because Yahweh Shem Shai gave us the grace, His knowledge, of His truth in order to come out of darkness and such. Okay, many women, you know, they're going to be destroyed. Wicked women specifically, we're speaking about, because they don't want to listen or be in subjection unto a man. All right, a man of the Lord of this truth that has the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding of the truth. Okay, because in these times, these critical, are trying times, are perilous times, hard to bear, savage times. If you don't have that protection, and hey, you're gonna be spoiled. Okay, the scriptures. Another one of my favorite precepts is let's see if I can get that. Look at the scriptures again. Um, let's see if I can find it in the spirit. I believe it might be in the book of Sirach, possibly Ecclesiasticus, apocryphal, and it tells you in verse yeah, where should I get it? It tells you about, let me see if I can find it. Tell you about where's no hedge, the possession thereof is spoiled and such. And if I can find it, and you don't want to be, of course, without a hedge. A hedge is of protections like a fence and such, and that's what the man is. All right, he's the protection. He's the heat or the ra'ash of the woman. Okay, let me see if I can just get it. I get it. I'm gonna find it in this physical book, or no physical, but the room. So no hedge. So this is Sirach chapter 36 and 25. 36 and 25 reads, it says, where no hedges, there the possession is spoiled. All right, the possession, that of course, which is within, that particular territory, confines or such location. If there's no hedge, anything can of course invade it. All right, so if a woman is on her own, her being, as the scriptures say, the weaker vessel, all right, you got savage times. You of course going to have these women that actually are going to be in danger of death and destruction. All right, and all type of course, uh, un favorable positions. Okay, it says, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. Right, of course, because it's no good that a man should be alone. Or it wasn't, as Adam, got created, his wife being Shalom GMS Wam or GMS Day. Yeah, Yabashim Shabshin Brakathum Akim Sincere Aqua on the comment board. Yeah, so you know, yeah, man, being no having a wife and stuff, because remember, a woman is supposed to be a helpmeet, and she's supposed to be a pillar of rest, all right, of comfort, to assist and support, a succor, and to the man and such. And you have women they don't want to be in that role in modern day times because of the the tenets of Esau Edom under feminism and such, all right, which it gives and the liberation of women and the freedom for women to be their own heats. They want equality to men and really to be really surpass a man, which is a new thing that's in the earth, as the scriptures tell you. Okay, it tells you in Sirach chapter 25 and 25, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad, to trip abroad. Because if she get that liberty, she's going to go as water can go anywhere. If you give it, of course, passage, you give it away, water can go anywhere. Okay, and such is fluid. And these chicks, as they have shown, they are very, very, very fluid. All right, to the point they, into lewdness, sexual lewdness, and such. You got girls like when I be downtown and such. You got many of these girls, and they got their hair chopped off, which is a glory. The hair itself is a glory unto a woman. Hair chopped off, you know, um, short haired or just completely shaven and such. Walking about with like combat boots and like rolled up sleeves and flannels or something. And then they're just like trying to literally like run into a man or something like that. Like, do you know what's gonna befall you if you run into a man? All right, a man that is actually, um, he's genetically superior to you. All right, uh, been created all like I say, we created with us been man made upright. The Israelite man was created to be upright. You know, women of course been deprived wisdom and understanding. All right, so you got a bunch of confused vessels going about, and like I said, what they're doing is a bunch of chaos and such. And at times, a heat, worst times, hey, it's like I say, it's going to be pretty much these chicks want an unfruitful world. Okay, it says I'm gonna go back to the article. It says it's estimated that 45% of women ages 25 to 44 will be single by 2030. According to a study of Morgan Stanley with the modern dating market, nearly half of women in their childbearing years will be without a male counterpart. Right, and that's another thing. Many of these women during the time of childbearing years, which childbearing years is beyond is any time past, of course, what their flower of their age, of course, but we know that many of course, women, they of course put forth what their careers and such, and first themselves first their ambitions, and professionally, because really they're supposed to be professional helpers for a man, maids and such. All right, waiting on the beck and desire of the man, as it tells you in Genesis and 3:16, um, as I'll read it, Genesis chapter 3:16, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. This was after, um, Eve and was in the transgression, and then she brought that philosophy of the serpent, which is another man, to Adam, her husband. Um, But it goes on to, it says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow in thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Right. But you got a bunch of women that don't have husbands and such. So they don't have nobody ruling over them. Okay, they're being ruled by whatever they, of course, believe in, right? Which, like I said, is a bunch of confusion and such, a bunch of doctrine, and all these strange women, which is going to different doctrines, beliefs in life and such, which, speaking to you Israelite women, so-called Negro, Latino, and the American, and of course you Israelite foreigners, like unto a speckled bird, look like the heathen nation where you've been scattered to, and yeah, you believe it in, other things and such, other ways of life. You see a chick with Jake with stones and stuff. She believed in Buddha as a god above her or something like that. She believed in Hinduism and different things of that nature. That stuff will get you destroyed. Okay. Yeah. So going on, it says yeah, nearly half women in their childbearing years will be without a male counterpart. So you got half of the women, and remember, in many times right now, you already got many women that don't want to deal. Like if you know have the kasat, like which is silver or money, you don't have the status, you don't have the the whole genetic prowess of being over, a certain height, 6 foot, and big mama thun. Mama thun going into obviously your penis, all right, in the Hebrew, all right. They don't want to deal with you. Like as you see that chicken, the was it? I'm not sure if it's SZA or that other chick, Summer Love, in that song No Love. All I want to do is up, get drunk, take drugs, f love, and a woman, she's supposed to be loving her husband, which you know, um, let me get that real quick. Love their husbands. Let me get that real quick. Like I said, this gonna be a very, very quick lesson because I gotta go to the Shaddai, the plantation, the field, to slave again. I think it may be in like the New Testament. Their husbands. Hope it comes up. This is Titus chapter 2, and this is verse uh I started to. It says, but speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, right? Things that are clear minded, that are wholesome, which is the law, statute, commandments, the right way. All right. That the aged men be sober, right? To you men first. All right, being in your right mind, having this truth. All right, being girding up the loins like a man and such, having manliness, okay, which going into virtue, okay, having the right conduct and behavior, which you're gonna make the right decisions by, of course, being guided by Yahweh Shem Yashai due to Rachel Kodash. All right, it says that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, having self-government. All right, self-control, sound in faith. Right, you gotta have a soundness, a wholesome faith. All right, belief in Yahweh Shemel Shai, and charity and patience and charity. All right, giving, of course, being a giver. All right, and patience and suffering. It says the aged woman likewise. So which you women supposed to, of course, model after these different um, godly behaviors. Likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, which you're going to get your holiness and holy behavior from following the men of the Lord. Okay. Him, of course, teaching you different things that, all right, you're supposed to, like, and like I said, brothers, no be over righteous in these times. You're going to have your girl walking to bed with a heat cover, which the heat cover represents, of course, her being in subjection. How many women you see these days that got their heats covered and such? They nay, right? You'll go about You know, they all got it and like I say, to the point. It was this one point. You had this chick in the movie theater. We was at the cinema the other day. Me and the Khayaba. Shalom. You see the video, and this chick, she had the blonde hair, and I was like, I look over, and I'm like, oh, who's that? Like basically, but it was a black woman. She had like literally as which they say is a curse, perfect as leprosy. When you go into all of that, this chick had perfect. This so-called Eve, this so-called black woman, had perfect weave, basically. Which that's crazy. Like they say she got perfect weave. He had like basically like if a so-called white woman did her hair to the top, and she put all like the different everything curls, and you know everything was just well set. She had in her heat like as if she was a so-called, and it's like many of the girls they did because they know that you know it pretty much the so-called white woman in this time is set to be what the image of beauty, you know, of the image of the top superior beauty, which like I said that's all upside down. You know, it should be the other way around. The so-called black woman, Latino, and Native American woman should be, of course, that. But then, you know, Lord, you know, mainly for the disobedience of the women, the pride of them took loads of their beauty and such, and got them looking like linebackers and in front. What do you say, like defensive linemen, and you know, the chick got like a big ass. She looking like a oompa loompa, muffin lady. You know, looking like Michelin man, and you know, this chick literally got hair, a mustache, or something like that. You know, her arm, her tricep is so huge, it's bigger than mine. And I'm trying to say, like, how do you even got it like that? They crazy. You know, they got like the girdle of Lent, okay, set of sweet smell stink, all these different things. But anyway, going on, it says the aged woman likewise that they be in that they be in behavior, your conduct, as becometh holiness, not false accusers. Ain't they supposed to be speaking lies and such, going to bed, gossiping, speaking lies, being busybodies and such. It says not giving too much wine, right? No, be drunk all the time. You know that you be far spiritually too. You know, hey, don't be like you say into all these different doctrines and such. You know, but you know, really say not too much wine. Really, you know, I'm gonna just go it to being, you know, just the actual yan itself. All right. It says teachers of good things, right? Teachers of good things, right? You age women should, you know, be right, but most of the age women these days, they've already done took their feminism to the level, and now, of course, the younger women they follow behind what, of course, the standard of the older woman is, which the age woman no have, of course, the right, of course, sound doctrine. Instead, she's living, you know, this life of she need to go out and you know, seem as if she's one of them young girls who is promiscuous, right? And getting, of course, all of the money and the status, even though it's destroying her. Okay, she is putting spirits on her from all of the different seeds she's consuming. All right, in her whim, you know, in her body, you know, on her face, everywhere. You know, her mind, the different things she's learning from these dudes. You know, crazy. Anyway, going on, it says that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands. Right, that's a characteristic in which a woman should have. She's supposed to love her husband, which she would learn, of course, being brought up by her mom. You know, that mentorship. Okay, or the aged women in general. Okay, they would be doing that. Okay, but you know have that. So you know one of the common day girl she named Bird, or I say a lass. It's a Scottish word for you know a girl and such, a woman. Yeah, she don't have she don't have like these skills to love her husband. Instead, she hates her husband. All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 25. And 22, a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. Right? Right, man. And that's just crazy. Full of anger. She's all angry, sitting there the whole time, like, all bitter, you know? And it's not supposed to be this way, but hey, things have been changed upside down. Let's go back to the article. So, how Rogers I bang this video out quick. It says, so yeah, and they using their childbearing years and they being with their male counterpart. Like I said, they just have these quick flings and stuff, you know, and just go about, But like I say, that semen is that is Zerai. If Zerai goes into Sid, that's in your brain. It's attached to your brain, your DNA and such. So it's no like you're thinking, chicks thinking that, oh yeah, and they even know that because they can remember all of the different guys they dealt with and such. They remember that guy that, of course, was their so-called first love and such. Tyrone, who they really love or something. You know, they remember all. Okay, even though they try to forget it, but they can't because it's in their brain. You can look into the whole science speaking about with the DNA and the Zariah, the semen that of course stays with them for life. Okay, but it says that's why a woman should have only one man. All right, she's supposed to be joined to that man until that man die. If that man died, then she can of course be either widow or go be married. But it says there are a few reasons for this prediction. And he's telling he got some. I guess he got a little hypothesis or something like that. A get educated guess or something. It says one women aren't getting married young anymore. All right, so I guess women are no, which they are. They're getting married because they're having sex. That's true marriage, and they're having sex with men. But really, that's what they're saying is that they need, of course, like a chick literally have their so-called high school sweetheart, and get with him, and then um like just like, all right, I'm gonna be with you, and that's it. Instead of that, like I said, like loads of time, like I said, it'd be like a couple that already knew each other due to act of sex, right? Already prior to even being, they of age and such, okay, and then they done matured, and then it's just the proper steps. That's how things, things should be, like that, But you have it where a chick, all right, she turned 18, she graduated high school. Here in Babylon the Great, she goes to college. In college, you got these big cities, metropolis, everything's available for these women, mother cities, and then everything's convenient for them. They can go about. I see them just going about the streets and stuff, wandering aimlessly, and with like shorts, like exposed, like legs, they can go anywhere, anytime. These universities allow these certain campuses to be, pretty much compassed about um, with security, but it's still no safe because, like I say, we're talking about Babylon the Great here. Mother of all harlots, all these philosophies out there. Somebody see a chick as a mill, you know. Just did see that chick as he no thinking like everybody else. Like, oh, I'm gonna get this chick and I'm gonna be with her and such. And no, I'm gonna smash and dash. But anyway, going on. It says, one, women aren't getting married young anymore. We have so many other options for what to do with our lives that getting married is no longer the default option. What is it to do with your life? These women. What is it today with your life? You go to college and see, explore what all the options, the best restaurants, the best, and traveling, and locations and such. You go to Paris and France, Paris, which is in France. You go to NY, New York if you know there. You go to You know, and let me think of one of these other major places where Brazil, I don't know, Amsterdam, like these different sin cities and such. You know that they gotta be able to do that. You know, and and if you can't offer it to them, they don't want to be with you. Anyway, going on, it says we're focused on our careers, going to grad school. Yeah, you go to college for 4 years, then you're going trying to get your graduate degree, right? And then, like I said, in the midst of that, you're like I said, you're just getting pounded at night and such. You're pounding books in your brain, all this different stuff. You learn so-called education, which is just doctrination that they teach you and such. You know, from their perspective, what they want you to know. They pounding that. You're getting pounded, right? You're overly stressed, and then what? You're now like over 30 years old and such. Should already been in your more fertile years, already had children, but then you want to get married and get a ring on your finger. That's another Roman um, thing, but basically get a man that's gonna pretty much love you and stuff, but you're no virgin, you're no high quality anyway. Okay, it says friends and extended social circles and taking our time to find the right guy. You know, it says two, we aren't having babies like we used to. Some women that say they don't even want to have a woman, have a baby or child, with more options for birth control than ever. What that leave them to? Well, or birth control. They don't have to worry about getting pregnant. So then it's just the sex. Which which sex can't. We got instructions to be fruitful and multiply. But if have a woman with that, like I said, the whole image, the righteous image is being crossed out, xed out here. Okay, uh, and it says somewhat reliable treatments for infertility and pressure to have kids with a certain time frame just isn't there no more. And it says, and with the pressure gone, so the urgency to get married for the sake of starting a family. So many women are single that are unmarried and will remain this way for a foreseeable secret. We are told to be single is empowered. If we have a penny for every time I've heard it, right, they'll be rich. She's a strong, independent woman who don't need no man, which is crazy, right? She can do it on her own. You hear the Beyonce, you know, what, I don't want a bugaboo. What's the other Beyonce song? Say my name. What is it? Pay my bills, pay my bills. Like stupid song. These dumb, stupid songs. These chicks be all into. But anyway, it says she can take care and do bad by herself. I'll say she makes her own money. She drives her own car. Right? She got the car. They get that. All right, yeah. Hey, woman. Okay, yeah. Put her on credit. She'll drive the car. Chick ain't got no money in her. She's living off of complete credit debt. Just eating it up, but she got the car. And she trying to show she balling. She went to college. She got the college debt. She got the car debt, and then she want you, and she's gonna put you in debt. But you gotta have all the money. You gotta be the tree with all the cash and such. And if you can't offer it, you can't date. You can't riches. You can't date, meaning you can't up. All right. you know. The basic things that any functioning adult should be able to do. I digress. She can do it all in her own little world of man-free bliss, right? And without a man, she doesn't have to deal with the explicit misogyny. She doesn't have to cook, clean, or care for overgrown man-child, right? So, instead, like I said, she eats out every day and night. She goes out every day and night, and she ucks every day and night. That's a perfect world for him, under Esau's way. So now, just gonna transition, and like I say, there will be a part two of this lesson. I'm gonna just get this this precept, and then maybe I'll just close it and we'll just get to the part two because I gotta go to the shit down. Unfortunately, gotta work. And the chicks, like I said, they don't care. They don't care. My job isn't it a job that makes all this money, and I go and have like the Mercedes or the Infinity or the G wagon Mercedes or whatever. I gotta have the top car in order to even attract a chick. I'm just looked at as just anybody, right, or nobody. But hey, so be it. The Lord's gonna make a man more precious than fine gold, and these women are gonna feel the reproach from all these shite decisions they've made. By like I said, this knowledge is out here and such, but like I said, that line of Babylon, the philosophies is heavier here, man. Got the nations mad and drunk. And this feminism, got these women, shape minded. You know, that's a good precept too. All right, so I was in Peter's a bit earlier. I think it was First Peter's the third chapter. All right, but I'm gonna read this one. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, and this is the order. But I have you know, in verse 3, it says that the heat, all right, all right, the ra'ash of every man is Hamashiach. Yeah, every Israelite man is the Lord Yahushua, the anointed one. And the heat of the woman is the man. And the heat of Hamashiach is the power, the Most High Yahweh. All right, right. But the heat of the woman is the man. Now, if you have a woman with the heat, she don't have no heat, so she want to act as if she's the heat. She can guide herself. Like I said, most of these women, they never even had fathers and such, especially Israelite women, never had fathers actively in their life. So then it's like you said, they're all bugged out. They got daddy issues and stuff like that. And like I said, they don't look at their man to be, all right, I'm supposed to love him. I'm supposed to fear and revere him. No, as a heat, without this man being, the guiding me, I can't go outside. And if I go outside, I could be pretty much put to death out there. And that's how literally Yikebob Tazarah is going to be. You chicks thinking that you just gonna go and get a broad out there. The times of completely savage times is gonna come, and you ain't gonna want to be caught outside, especially with a heat. The order is set for the protection, for the right thing. Okay, the Lord ain't did none of these things in vain. All right. Let me see now. I'm gonna get. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and 33. For the power is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all the churches of the saints. Right. The Lord is not the author of confusion. All right. In the church of saints, we are, of course, the church of the saints. We are the Israelites of the hopeful elect. All right, the saints, the holy ones, set apart. Be pure from the pollutions of this world. Okay, Lord ain't the author of confusion. Okay, so hey, if you want to be confused, you follow the different ways, and you see what there's a way that seems right to man, but those ways lead to death. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. And like I say, you chicks thinking that you can bring feminism in this trip, you can't. This is Galatians chapter 5 and 9. A little leaven or a little wickedness leaveneth the whole lump. Right? Right. And want to, of course, add that feminism into, of course, the trip, because it doesn't conflict. It's two different ways. You'll be double-minded to believe in feminism and then believe in this truth. I'm no supposed to, like, if I say a woman's supposed to be in subjection to a man, and it says it in the scriptures, and I just repeat what it said as an oracle, all right, as a law, all right, as a kahan or a priest, you're supposed to listen, which means to obey, or shamai, all right? Simple as that. Okay, and it's pretty good. You think we want you to go off and go some dude over there?
Oh, he's fine. He's just talking to me because he wanted to be friendly.
Dude, the dude wanna up your minds out. You wanna bang your brains out, or you got crazy. They'll do that and kill you. You know. You think you just be going about talking to these dudes and stuff like that, having friends with dudes and all of this other stuff. It's just all confusion. You know. You're not gonna have them things going on, and uh, you know, um, you know, and at times heat. You know, things are gonna be raw and savage. All right, this is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and um verse 17. This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind. All right, you got other Israelites walking, all right, in other fashions, all right, a fashion of the heathen, all right. Well, you go, so as you get this truth, you know, and it wash you clean, right? Real quick, this is Isaiah chapter 1 and 16. It says, wash you and make you clean, put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes, cease to do evil, learn to do well, seek judgment, relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, plead the widow. All right. Come now and let us reason together, said the Lord Yahweh. Though your sin be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. We're supposed to get cleaned up, okay, by this word. All right. Women, as it says, they're supposed to submit. Wives, submit yourself unto your own husbands, right, as unto the Lord. All right, we are as your Lord. All right. Well, if you got a woman, it's projected that 45% of women 22 to 44 are going to be single. And remember, you got the women that are even beyond that age, right? They're 44 and up. Most of them chicks, they're still trying to, run on cougar runs or whatever, or be as they young and such. They're single too, but they're just, like I said, they're just old and getting banged out. You know, no being the aged woman that have, of course, the sober mind. You know, and like I said, a lot of you women gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn the hard way. So it says, but it says having. So it says, yeah, this I say, therefore, and testify, he has a witness in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life, foreign from the life of the power, through the ignorance, not to know, that is in them, right? Because of the blindness of their heart. Yeah, because the Lord blinded them from this truth. Right, so they just I'm just gonna do it, and this dude, he look cute. Oh man, he got the Benz, he got the Wally on his watch. I'm gonna be with him. Oh, this dude, he seems cool. Oh, he's into games. Oh, this dude, he's black. Oh, he maybe seem like my former man or something like that. Oh, he kind of he got that certain vibe as he got. Let me get with him. Maybe he'll be a better choice. That's no the way. All right, chicks are crazy. It says who being past feeling have given themselves over to lasciviousness. I believe that lasciviousness may go into I think like pleasure and such, like desires and such, like things of that nature. I gotta go into it real quick. Let me get it real quick because we go into it. Maybe, it's gonna be onto different like Epicurean, pleasure type of thing. And so this is Ephesians chapter 4. Oh my gosh. All right, Ephesians 4, and that was 18, something like that. No, Slakia. All right, Ephesians, fourth chapter, around like the 20th verse or something like that. All right, this is things you're supposed to put away from times past, right? Supposed to be behind you. All right. Yeah, unbridled lust, like undisciplinedness, right? Shamelessness, wantonness, outrageousness, excess, right? Filthy, sometimes including other vices. Okay, you're supposed to be going after unbridled lust. Your lust is supposed to be bridled. It's supposed to be a cap on your lust, because there's things that, of course, the mind, your body, you may lust after, and it's made lawful. Okay, like I said, Lozi had been taught, oh, he look cute. I should be looking and being with it. I should want to get the deal with this dude. Oh, I want to know this my husband's friends and stuff. Oh, he cute, man. Let me get to talk to him. Oh, he seems like he's cool. Oh, he's in the Bible too. No, shouldn't be that way. This the brother got it. GMS Yawam, Isaiah 32:9. It says, "Rise up, you women that are at ease." Yeah, you're at complete pleasure. All right, at ease, without care. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Right, you're supposed to be listening, because this is the warning. This is what's going to save your soul. All right, the men of the Lord, the prophets, are going to save your soul. You know, the elect. If you're joined into elect, Lord Perry with the elect man, that's no of the prophets, but he's of the 1/3. That's going to be, of course, your ticket out there, being saved through childbearing. So this is righteous. All right. What it says, who being, back to Ephesians chapter 4:19, who being past feeling has given themselves over to lasciviousness, unbridled lust, to the work of all uncleanliness and with greediness. All right, you chicks be acting like, yeah, I gotta get him. I gotta vent. If I put it on him, if I put that whopper on him, I'm gonna I caught him. And chicks, literally, as the scriptures say, her hands as bands, hey, and snares and nets and such, they would get, trapped. And like I say, trapped, because like I say, man, like the deal, but not all dealing is right, and not all women you should be with, you brothers should know, just because the chick look cute and maybe sounds not sweet with a sweet voice, don't mean you should be with her, you know. Don't give yourself to a light woman. That's up to you to choose what you want to choose, but if you choose and be, according to the spirit, ultimately, and hey, I'll continue on. It says, "But ye have not learned of Hamashiach." Yeah, you didn't learn to be, all right, be unclean and be, have no self government and such. Told you to be sober minded, right? It says so. It says, "If so, be that ye have heard of him." Right? Be if you heard of the Lord, which you heard of His word. So you're gonna act as if you know, right? You die, All right. So it says, and have been taught by him, right? And that you can see that. You can see, let's say you see some of these other chicks in these other cultures and stuff having the heat rap and like it mostly be Ishmael and stuff. Different of course those that follow the Islamic religions, you'll see these women following things that they learned from really the Israelites. Okay, modeling of course the religion of the Jews. All right, the Israelites. So it says, as truth is in Hamashiach, as the truth is in Hamashiach, right? The truth is in Yahushua. It said, yeah, the truth is in Yahushua. It says that ye put off concerning the former conversation, that old way, all right, that which is past, that former, what you are, the former. All right, and that's another thing. Like, us men, we're being made The renewed man know of the former, new creatures, as the scriptures say. All right. It says, which that's like it. Put off the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt, right? Perverse, right? According to the deceitful lust. These lusts, things that are forbidden sins, they corrupt us. All right. And be renewed, refreshed in the recha, or the spirit of your mind, or labka. All right. Maz of labka is your. And it says, and that ye put on the new man, which after the most high power is created in the righteousness and true holiness. Wherefore, putting away lying, speaking every man truth with his neighbor, for we are member one with another. All right, you women, like I say, they say that we're named. When we get together, you're naming our twain, but one flesh, right? So hey, you gotta get in the agreements in line with your man. And being alone is against the order. Okay, it's against the natural order of things. So, we'll get into another lesson. Hopefully, you're at 5. Like I said, I gotta go to the plant Shaddai, the sanitation, the plantation, the mess about, build up Babylon and such. So, birthday Howell by Shimmy Al Shabbos Shem Kakadash. I pray, Yahweh Shimmy Al Shai, sends, of course, this truth to those that are the elect, especially, we specifically talk getting on the women and such, but, specifically pray that the elect women get that, they can't be like these chicks in the world and such. Especially if you want to get delivered, you can get destroyed otherwise. So, yeah, and us brothers, hey, we know, of course, the proper fashion of things, right? What to stay away from. You ain't gonna look. Don't be looking for no daughter of Sarah here and such. But like I said, have some, certain women that got some type of substance going for and stuff. But this whole mindset of being, alone, and it's gonna come with destruction. We'll get into that in the next part of the lesson. Shalom to you, like call on like Yahweh Shem Shab Shem Dash double honor our apostles, our elder apostles, great millstone.